Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing propaganda cast. With me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one and only master propaganda heroes, like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 all fame and will approach. In the northwest stands the one and only Red... No, that's Nathan. Red Wings is in the south. Sorry, I screwed up. Anyways, in the north, it's Nathan, fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Setting forth here with the
Scout squad is ready and able.
26th Panzerdivision in the southeast. It is Red Wings, fighting for freedom, democracy, and liberty. Here with the US 3rd Armored Division. A double scout Jeep start versus the double Pioneer Grenadier set of Nathan. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters to continue heroic and absolutely wonderful support of the propaganda cast. And a big thanks to those keep commenting and liking videos, helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithm, spreads it out further via the YouTubes video that is, and of course keeps the cat from biting off my finger, which is really also appreciated. I like having fingers, believe it or not. Believe it or not. So, Pioneers of the Jeep here, first engagement. American Jeep crew goes nuts on the Pioneers who quickly scalp up for anything resembling coal, which in this case turns out to be an old cart left behind by Giuseppe after a night out drinking too much wine. Ralph's got there for Red Wings. Pioneers be losing one man. Moves in on the fuel point again as the Grenadiers arrive here, using the Pioneers as bait. Second Grenadier squad there for Nathan. We'll have to, of course, what Valkyrie picks. Mechanized, there's very popular Quickly Breakthrough, which is also fairly popular. Of Nathan's had too much of the spiked T. He might go for coastal defense. As for Red Wings, I mean, who knows? It's Red Wings. North Edge aggressively patrolling here. Some nice easy targets to pounce upon. See the advance of the Grenadier, scouts poking out there. Back here a bit more quiet. Opening the southern field here with the Pioneers being engaged with the scouts. Grenadiers moving in. And they're going to need to withdraw the Pioneers before they get absolutely obliterated here. And he's got Ralph coming in first here. Thompson and one Grandster letting loose here at the Grenadier. Another Grenadier squad here for Nathan. Actually merged with the Pioneers, trying to get some extra damage into the Pioneers up close, which you can do, though, of course. With this little health left on, it's going to be a bit, I think, trickier for Nathan to really make this work. He's got another Grenadier squad merging. He's just going to be wasting a lot of Grenadiers here, so I'm not entirely sure this is the optimal tactical approach here by Nathan. There goes second Pioneer squad arriving here, catching Red Wings in a bit of a spiky trap here in the south. But that said, it does mean Red Wings can pretty much advance uncontested elsewhere on the map, so it's not without risks here for Nathan. There you go, merging up the Grenadiers here to one squad here. Thumbs up. Bit of sharp play there. Get one squad in the sense of full strength-ish levels. One course withdrawing the other for, reinforcements. So sharp play there. Officer course well there. Don't briefly consider going for 4th Grenadiers instead. A build here that Nathan does swear to. Just go for 4 Grenadiers and hit them hard with the Grenadiers. Again, in just the sheer cost effectiveness. Not because they're particularly great, but they are cost effective. That's withdrawing there. Forcing. Of course, with 4 Grenadier squads here, for some point, Nathan really would benefit from a medic bunker. It's like, recover casualties, do the healing, stuff like that. But that's for another time. Meanwhile, Red Wings here going for more riflemen, more GIs. And he's catching the Jeep, few shots into the side. Miraculously only harming the Jeep and not the guys in it.
The munitions point is being attacked.
Good pressure by Nathan on Red Wings, but even as again, the northern fuel point, he's losing the southern fuel point there, so bit of an awkward trade-off here for Nathan. We're so far a bit behind overall in terms of macro compared to Red Wings. For now, taking a fair bit of damage. Nathan launching a massive assault here north with the Grenadiers. Plenty of contact to bolt action after they're going in. Rifleman closing in here. A lot of damage. Jürgen goes down. And there you go. Ralph squad pushed back.
Getting the greasers to work.
Mechanized spots in there, and there go officer quarters here for Nathan. You want to pull back some of these grenadiers here for reinforcement healing. Yeah, he can merge here. Whoa, that's really cutting it close.
Crates of grenades are on their way to us.
Grenades. Following up here for Red Wings. Thumbs up. And we got Nathan with the Luftwaffe Company. Classic choice in the current meta game. You get the Aegis of Patrick, you get the 2-2-1, and of course you can always push for a lot of the Oblivions. So hard to blame Nathan for going for it in the current meta game. There you go, Grenadiers. Now got access to healing. Withdrawing here.
Sucks. We've got him.
Still no battle group for either player. They are both playing cards a bit more closely here. There you go, Nathan with Flamethrower teaming on the way. Of course, Grenadiers come close here. Very Soviet-style tactic like Code 2. You'd also have like Flamethrower Engineers supported by the conscript then to merge here to keep them at full health. Full strength. Allowing base of the Flamethrower unit to absorb a lot more casualties in a sense than it otherwise would.
A fuel point is being seized by the enemy. Area designated for.
Well, it kind of makes sense for the German infantry because the average grenadier was basically trained to perform a variety of roles within the infantry squad. I'm less sure they'd actually have flamethrower training unless there's a specific unit known as the Black Pioneers, which was sort of a sub-unit within each grenadier battalion. They typically have, like, I think, one company or something like that of grenadiers also trained to perform pioneer roles, and they were known as Black Pioneers, and I believe it's something still being used in the modern German army.
Our territory's cut off
Fun
from supply.
side note there.
Reconnect with it.
Northern Field when they hit by the rifle squad.
Point is at the enemy. Contact! German
There we go, Nathan with Mechanized.
Deploying
Very
engineers
popular in the
now.
current meta game. Partly because you get the Stu Ds with the Starstorm, which of course is a very strong assault group. And again, just highlights again the way the Valorant meta game is basically shaped around like just the Grenadiers and Starstorm. Again, you may get some going hard on the edge with the Panzer effects, but for example, Valorant Panzer Grenadiers have basically just almost gone fully extinct alongside the Fallschirmjägers, though I would. So that's a bit of a note there. Scout being pushed back with the Grenadiers, CG holding out well so far, Engineers as well, and we got the BAR there for Red Wings. Of course, giving his men a significant boost of firepower. Scouts up north pushed away 2-1 for Nathan. Red Wings, of course, will be lacking in anti-tank assets to deal with them. He's going to have to rely on the snares, mines. It does have a lot of munitions for a lot of mines. There you go. Jeep Panzerfaust there, ripping through it and doing a fair bit of damage. Meanwhile, Red Wings continues his tour behind Nathan's front lines here to do some damage. So we need to see a bit of fire there from the rifle. There go BAR up there, the Browning automatic rifle, a World War I vintage weapon. And just fun side note, but some riflemen at the onset of World War II or some infantry units were still equipped with the World War I version, which as a side note, only had automatic fire and slow automatic fire as option. There was no semi-automatic fire. Jaegers there for Nathan. Pushing up to 5 squads of infantry, the rifle squad there. Staying safely away from the 2-1. Of course, 2-1 also trying to avoid getting hit with an anti-tank grenade. Got the Jeep rushing in back here at base for Red Wings. Nothing further happening there. No weapon support center. Nothing. Or a motor pool. And there's certainly several things here Red Wings could commit to versus Nathan, but so far he's not. In fact, he's just building up more and more manpower plus fuel. He's laying down some margin with these 2-1 biz there. Jaegers have yet to be upgraded. Nathan not having the missions for it is probably a key part of explaining why he hasn't upgraded. There's also the possibility he doesn't want to upgrade yet until, like, you know, there's a need for it, so you can keep that, like, full anti-infantry firepower, because there's a lot of barred-up riflemen. At this point, it's starting to look like Red Wings might be going for special operations. Go for some SSF commandos. Explain the massive manpower float there, I feel like. And the fact he's only gone for 3 rifle squads under current circumstances. So Nathan and the 26th bit just continues to hammer away there. Upgrading extra BARs there, thumbs up.
We're taking fire!
Your actual Jaeger's been equipped pretty much like any Grenadier squad, I believe. That is, a bunch of Kar-90Ks, assault rifle for the squad leader or MP40. Squad in second in command I had is like a G43 or something like that, and an MG.
Territory lost.
Maybe they're actually equipped more like Panzers, in which case they might have like a machine gun for like each half of the squad. Quick note there.
They pushed us off a sector.
And they'd also typically have like one guy, I think, also with a grenade launcher, basically, you know, rifle grenade launcher. Well. Alright, from there for Red Wings, so no spec ops after all? Well, you never know, Red Wings. Okay, we got heavy weapons here.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Does end up here with heavy weapons, likely setting up for the Pershing. North Engineers moving in with the rifle squad here, Jaeger sneaking about, Patrick on the way. Nathan obviously taking no chance at this point, definitely starting to get a bit paranoid about the possibility of Greyhounds or M16s out of Red Wings.
Tools down. Repair work. The word, sir.
Can't fault them for that, and there you go, right moving forward to the BARs there, engaging Grenadiers, the Pioneers. Nathan Light's going to go for the Stug 3D as soon as he can. I mean, he's got the manpower, he's got the fuel, or more or less got the manpower. He just needs a bit more of a command point he can call it in, and that's definitely going to give Red Wings a bit of a shock, as Red Wings continues to have no anti-tank weapons, except the sticky bombs. Do get mortars here for Red Wings. And of course, in a pinch, he can go for weapon support to call anti-tank after. Pioneers, Grenadiers, heading on mine, the great value there for Red Wings. A lot of casualties inflicted upon Nathan. And the men on the 26th of Northeast German forces, they're routed in the face of the GIs.
We have a mortar team. Ready
There you
for
go,
orders.
mortar team up, running with some light artillery support against those goddamn Krauts. Meanwhile, Nathan's one aimed for two. Great timing for that, right? The opponent gets the mortar, and there you go. Stug 3D with Starstorm
4x4 has been
inbound.
knocked out.
Deep down in the background there, Starstorm running in there on the Stug 3D. Hardened veterans of the 26th Panzerdivision, as well equipped as they can be. And as the war went on, it became fairly common for German divisional commanders to form up a small... Whoops, something went down the 2-1. But to create a small divisional reserve company of some of their more best troops with the best weapons. And they can have like a variety of titles, but Starstorm was one of those titles. And in fact, it became more and more common as the war went on. So at the point, I think it was just like, you know, sort of like an unofficial, official like thing. It sort of was pretty much like part of all divisions. So, fun fact there. In fact, once they introduced Stugs, for example, to the infantry divisions, they were actually required by Guderian to like have a platoon of the best men to support them. So, in that sense, Starstorm kind of makes sense of the way the German system was fairly fluid and flexible in certain ways. Running in blast with the Stug 3D further south in route towards countering the Pioneers. Grenadiers also withdrawing a bit
Defend
here.
our victory point. We're losing it.
I would not be surprised if Nathan ends up going for another Stug 3D, a Stug assault group there. Not uncommon, in fact, for Valorant players to go for multiples of them.
The victory point is under enemy control.
We'll have to see what Nathan does here, but apparently Red Wings mortar just did in Nathan's 2-1, which can happen. Hell, it was possible in Co-1. As I remember at one point, actually, I took out a Greyhound with my mortar half-deck of the Panther League. That was a fun moment.
They have taken our victory point. 3-inch heavy AT guns are now available to us.
And there... Okay. I was not expecting that out of Red Wings. It goes straight for the 3-inch guns. Hey, that's Red Wings. Going where the players just refuse to go. Thumbs up to Red Wings. Who needs Pershings? We've got a 3-inch gun.
Sector gone. We must take it back.
Force there with the 3-inch gun there. He's been blasted with Stug D. Completely obliterating Roberts there. Kentucky. MD42 laying loose here upon Red Wings. Stug D moving in. And And there you go, Jaeger's charging 40th 3-inch gun, left a bit to turns like, hey, where did everyone else go? Guys, damn it. Holy smokes, charging with a big lob in front of the 3-inch gun, there seems a bit questionable there by Nathan, to put it gently. So fortunately for Nathan, it doesn't end up as quite as bad as it could have. But what does happen is, Nathan heroically clears out the crew and then charges forwards. Definitely blindsiding the Red Wings, he was not expecting to put his charge in like that. Almost got the exit crew. Oh! Yeah, that's got to be a misclick there by Nathan. That does not make any sense otherwise. After he takes a massive hit of the 3-inch gun hit. Holy smokes! That could have gone so badly there for Nathan. I mean, it definitely didn't go all great, but that could have gone a lot worse.
A Tone 3-inch gun is ready to deploy.
I need to get that gun back and exit with the Stu D. It's got a machine. Oh, no. Okay, that's just a guy like trying to. I'm panicking. I don't know where to run. Osis River looks really nice. And he was never seen or heard from again. Mortar could try and see go a bit further here. Half track, you definitely in heavy need repairs. I'm surprised this thing is still running.
You ready to kick some ass, boys? All right, you made your point. Where to, sir?
So we'll go for more. Considering this is Red Wings, I'd say it's very possible. A 310 with 393 here. Will Nathan take up? We'll go for more Stuke 3Ds. Stars Hogan. Nathan have some other sinister scheme at work.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
Stuke isn't running away there.
MG-42.
Victory point. Now
And
under
Mortarfell
enemy
rather than getting
control.
blasted.
Unhook. Split the trail.
Pounded.
Deploying.
Scars rather being fought back. Glennie's advancing. 310 versus 388. Boys. 3-inch gun being fixed up. Great. Riven pushing south as they're swiftly advancing. In the name
Sector's
of
been overrun.
democracy.
It's theirs now.
And there you go Nathan with the option to go for second Stuke. The assault group does it. Because Nathan's cool. Cool guys always go for Stukes and elite infantry. Or the regular infantry. There you go. Massive hit there on the Stuke 3D.
We must pull this back. We're down to 300
That
points.
definitely complicates matters a bit further here with Red Wings and probably makes them wish at least had some kind of armor. Or I guess small 3-inch guns.
Crack tank is chewing us up.
Obviously, you have to see what he actually ends up doing here. What path Red Wings decides to set out upon. South Rascal pushing back here. A lot of action there. Go Red Wings finally goes for the tank depot. Realizing he can't rely on 3-inch guns alone.
We have territory isolated. Barracks, taking fire. Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
New recruits in.
I'm reinforcing there. We got the tank depot slowly going up further southeast. Stuke patrolling.
Heavy machine guns requisite. A
50
victory point is under
cows.
enemy
I mean, not that it's
control.
gonna, I think, go for them, but it does open up for other opportunities which I'm at and Red Wings might appreciate. Like bigger crews for the guns. Then we got the officer quarters there for Luftwaffe Company. They're out of Nithon. South of the Ralph Squad finding out the Stuke D. Not exactly in the best position to fight the assault gun with a 75mm with a low velocity cannon.
Cross the territory sector.
Back and forth about the center, 3-inch gun pushing back the Nathan's first Stuke.
Clear the road.
Order completed.
283, Nathan definitely has some edges here of Red Wings, and Red Wings needs to, I think, do something bold here, I think, to throw Nathan off.
Lines planted.
Who
You have
knows?
3 command points available.
Turn fire.
Ralph's got the scouts. And Grenadier Starstorm moving in. Grenades being exchanged, being chucked, flung, delivered. Wonderfully pushing in here, big push by Nathan. Stu D swing up the south side.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Change gun slightly withdrawing here.
They've captured a victory point.
And there you go, 3-inch gun bombarding here. Nathan continuing to just bunch up his men there.
We have holes in our front line.
I think Red Wing's going to need a Sherman here, primarily. I mean, Nathan does have like a bit of a start in the gap, and just in terms of just being not able to like, deal with any tanks if Red Wing tried to go for them. Also, this Grenadier squad actually might be too late for this Grenadier squad to retreat unless Nathan gets very lucky, but you know, he could become very lucky.
We've lost an anti-tank gun.
Scouts wipe.
The scout squad.
3-inch gun once more decrued. And the stars from there just unloading the MG42s right into the massive rubber grenades being chucked here. Losses inflicted here. Nathan has definitely got Rems a bit under defensive posture. So, Nathan lining up for Panthers, going to be calling them in because, well, there's not really much of a major benefits like calling in, or difference between calling in and building the Panthers, like except like in terms of command points. But once you got the command points, like, there's no further difference. It's not like say with the EC8, where like you know you can get some bonuses for it. Plus, it's just cheaper to build them overall. Here, there like it's no cost difference. There's like not really much in terms of upgrades you get either there. So, you know, it's one of those weird cases there. And they're getting blasted. Almost wiped, in fact. And they're going to wipe there. Nathan replacing his Pioneer losses as they explode. Probably shouldn't focus on the fuel point, but the victory point instead. What with the slowly growing gap between Rutmings and Nathan in terms of victory points. And once more, Rutmings and single crew gets just left behind.
Commander, our anti-tank defenses are failing.
I can only imagine, like, just, you know, oh, he actually got the Stu D there, but it's just like, you know, scrawled in blood on the inside of the gun. You just don't believe his lies. It's like, you know, it's like, oh, don't you worry, we'll keep your backs covered. We got you. We got you.
Capture point is being overrun. 200 points remaining on the front line.
The Got 1 Stu D is definitely helpful there for Red Wings. The immense manpower attrition,
Enemy forces are converging on a
not
fuel
so
point.
much. South Scouts met with Grenadier Starstorm, quickly push back, rounded.
A fuel point is being lost.
After they just trying to find a good excuse to send up some more crew guys to crew that anti-tank gun. But I don't know which time. But they instead heroically sacrifice themselves.
Commander, our anti-tank defenses are failing.
I wanted to get wiped in a matter of seconds due to the sheer number of German troops covering the
Roger
3-inch
that.
gun.
We won't reinforce without your word. Commander, the enemy holds all victory points.
It's basically becoming a bit of a death sentence there for like anyone crewing it. Pioneers ready, charging in there. We got them all to just try and do something there. We get a bit of a flank attempt here out of Red Wings, but unfortunately for him, Nathan's got Starstorm ready to block that attempt. Half takes managed to eventually 2 thumbs up, but the other issue is just the way things Red Wings, or the way Red Wings is playing things. There we go. Is basically, I mean, you know, he's going to constantly just be unable to like get in a tank, which he really badly needs here. Versus Nathan more than anything. Like a tank maybe to just generate, I think, manpower on a much more efficient note because it doesn't bleed. You could like really wreck the infantry and threaten the Stug. So he needs to save up for that Sherman more than ever now, I think. But again, he's just feeding his men into a meat grinder for all intents and purposes, unfortunately. Or if you're Nathan, you're just thinking, well, hey, it's the Eastern Front 2.0, just with American accents. After all, they're getting absolutely churned up. (102 versus 388). Red Wing is really shifted its approach. Of course, I'm not saying it's easy due to, again,
We're cutting it
the
close.
fact this is right next to his base, but also, again, the map is just so small anyways. One of the issues with these sort of smaller maps is they just tend to more naturally to kind of like meet grind action, especially one like this, because there's not really a lot of room to maneuver on or hide. Like the map just doesn't really have like a good flow, if you will. It's one of the major differences between, say, Co 1 map, for example, that are small. The way they generated like various flows on the map, I think helped lots. Like make sure they didn't just become like stale meat grinders all of the time. They offered like different avenues to get around your opponent, but with the way things set up here, like you sort of control this, you can like almost control like all the exits there in a way for the opponent. So it's, I think, less just healthy map design here. Finally do get a Sherman there for Red Wings. Got a Kettencrat for Nathan.
Enemy movement near a victory
I suspect
point.
just to hold that Kettencrat of 3-inch gun out of there. And there you go, half-track hit for the Panzerfaust.
They've captured a victory
Engine
point.
blown apart.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
German almost done.
Contact, heavy MG!
M4A1 Sherman, deploy.
Another Stuke D for Nathan. I mean, he clearly isn't worried about armor. Want to get that Sherman going now.
Our opponent has all victory points under their control.
Triple cap, 70
Act
points left for
now.
Red Wings.
Rifles losing
He
integrity!
needs to get going. He needs to get going fast.
We've lost control of the
Starsman
sector.
is there got ace. Starsman also Nathan now has triple Starsman. 2 thumbs up.
Get the wounded out of there. Down to only 50 points.
Subs in the merge with 40. Got a wipe up north. They actually took out one of, I think, the Grenadier squad. Was it the Pioneer squad? It was a Grenadier squad that got wiped there. Small win for Red Wings. German letting loose. German center there actually collapsing, so would actually have a shot at getting back the 3-inch gun here, though there's still the massive issue now of triple Starsman. Which is definitely
Men are faltering.
a
We're
bit of
down
an
to 25
issue.
points.
There you go, making rush. Runners and had to recruit the gun. Told to not believe what the gun whispers to you. You're all gonna die! No, we weren't told to listen to you, gun. You're not cursed. Right from there, being blasted with the Stuke 3D, Sherman trying his best with all the Starstorm. A lot of damage here. Grenadier starts getting more. We got 21 points left here. Grenadier's about to get White Machine in trouble here. And there we go. Another unit wiped, not the Starstorm, no. Machine Gun's about to get wiped. 17 points left. 3-inch gun scores a resounding hit on the Stuke 3, churning the front llama there. Machine gun wiped again. Smoke deployed. Attack round. Oh, too late, I think. He's withdrawing.
There must be reinforcements. We're down to 10 points.
10 points left, but Red Wings finally stabilizes.
Flag down! Come on! That's the mark! Orders complete!
There you go, 3-inch gun. Being recruited. Give him a good exorcism, I suppose. Power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Leave this gun, demon.
Like a goddamn turkey shoot, boys.
I know what you did to that cow, Padre. No, no, it's all lies. I did nothing to that cow. What cow?
Give us something to do. Get ready to kick some ass, boys.
10 points for the 377.
Rifles reinforced. Where were they again?
Mines in the south here.
From the M1. Start digging.
Stuke D's being fixed up. Nathan's just taking a small breather. Preparing for the next assault here against Red Wings.
Cover your fields of fire. Hold for orders. Boys are waiting. Look, boys. Fresh boots.
Rifle straight to the Starstorm up north here. About to see a hell of a stat assault here in the southern victory point. Not ready for it. And there you go. Engineers just running, panicking at the sight of just all these MG-42s. Panther out for Red Wing, or Nathan there to help deal with the Sherman plus any other tanks. Red Wings might somehow find the manpower for it. It doesn't just constantly bleed out.
The victory point is under attack. We must act.
Sherman rolling in there, Rifle attacking from all sides for the Starstorm, just cutting them apart here.
Point now under enemy
Stas
control.
assault activated both squads here. Ravne getting shredded. Perforated. Mine goes off. The Stupes Panther moving in. It's a big assault here. Half-track being rushed with a 3-inch gun here. Panther engaging the Sherman. Stupes following up. 3-inch gun setting up here to contest the point and engage the Panther. Grenade off in the Panther. Sherman almost got the stars. We got Blenkervers on the gun in the center. Tiller strike going down there. It's a big old assault on angle. Starstorm escape, almost getting wiped, and they get wiped. Absolute brutality. Sherman down the 3-inch gun. Even more cursed now.
The victory point is under enemy control now.
That thing's gonna get locked away in a
Weapons are down.
vault.
No survivors.
Under Fort Knox. Ralph squad almost wiped out here. 4 points left for Red Wings versus the 355 of Nathan. Nathan's force is somewhat in tatters, but Red Wings is even worse off. 4 points left. Trying to destroy the 3-inch gun there. 4 points. Going for the center of the 8th Starstorm and Hardened veterans.
Victory point now
Recurring
under
the
enemy
3-inch
control.
gun. Who knows what time? The men gripping, squirming, and whispering 3-inch gun. Even as they try to drown out the voices. Grenade assault against the advancing rifle in the air. Quickly dodging our ways too deep. Panther trying the best as well. We've got 4 points with 349 here. 3-inch gun being moved forward here by the Ace half track. Pause the 349. Almost got a Ralph squad here. Nego 3-inch gun. Squads here on the Panther.
We've lost a squad of riflemen at the front.
Another squad wiped here. VAR's dropped. Nego GG. Game over. Definitely a bit of a weird match. I do think Red Wings should have stood a much better chance had he just not been caught up in that massive waste of a meat grinder action. So I was based for that 3-inch gun. And he just saved up manpower for Sherman. Sooner, I think he'd had a much better chance. Still, certainly something else to send some fun moments there. So hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. This is Imperial Legion. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode. Bye, everyone.